What does family actually mean? Is it limited to those with whom we share a blood bond? Or does it also include the household in which we were born and the people who belong to it? From a young age, we are taught to go through fire for our family. We are encouraged to always be there for them, to protect, support, and rely on them. Even if they don't always do the same for us, or even if they do the opposite, we are taught to stick with them, forgive them, and accept them with the phrase, "It's still family, right?" But what does it really mean to be family? Is it only based on blood relations, or is it more than that? Family can extend beyond just genetic ties. It can be formed through love, care, and shared experiences. Family can be found in friends who feel like siblings, mentors who are like parents, and even in communities that support each other like a close-knit family. The idea that we must always be loyal to our family, even if they are not always loyal to us, raises questions about loyalty and self-respect. Is it wrong to distance ourselves from family members who harm us, or is it noble to unconditionally hold on to our bonds, no matter how difficult it may be? These dilemmas reflect the complexity of family relationships and the various ways we interpret and experience them. In short, family is more than just blood relations. It is a complex mix of love, loyalty, and shared history that shapes and influences us in ways that are sometimes hard to understand. But are we not confusing two concepts out of fear of not being good enough in the eyes of others? Having a blood bond with someone means you literally share the same blood. This includes brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, cousins, grandparents, and grandchildren. True family, however, are the people who choose to love, support, and respect you, regardless of genetic ties. These family members can be friends, partners, or even mentors who have a lasting and positive impact on your life. By internalizing the norm that we should not let go of family, we often hold on to people who hurt us, wound us, and bring us down. This can prevent us from setting healthy boundaries and nurturing relationships that truly nourish and support us. It's like faith, where we learn from our parents that God always has our best interests at heart. When we find ourselves in crisis, we often think it is part of a bigger plan from Him. But if someone else pushes us into the abyss, we don't fall to our knees in gratitude, do we? In the same way, we learn that brothers, sisters, uncles, and aunts always have our best interests at heart. But in practice, this often turns out not to be the case. Still, we have learned to hold on to these relationships under the guise of family ties. If it had been friends, however, we would probably have removed them from our lives right away. It is essential to recognize that blood ties do not always guarantee a strong family bond. Ultimately, it is about the love, support, and respect we receive from the people around us, whether they are family or not. It is wiser to let go of what continually causes misery. By surrounding yourself with people who genuinely love and support you, you can become a stronger and more resilient person. This gives you the strength to let go of negative influences and focus on what truly matters: love, happiness, and personal growth. Life is too short to hold on to what hurts you. Instead, embrace the people who are there for you, who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self. That is ultimately the true meaning of family. Living with family members who hurt you can indeed feel like a constant battle filled with silent despair. It can seem as though there is never a resolution, as if the situation remains tense and the suffering never ends. It is a heavy burden to bear, knowing that the people you should be able to expect to love and support you are the ones who hurt you the most. It can lead to feelings of helplessness and deep emotional pain that are difficult to endure. In such situations, it is important to recognize that it is not your responsibility to solve the situation alone. Sometimes, the only way to find peace is to distance yourself from the toxic dynamics and protect yourself from further harm. It is okay to put yourself first and choose your own well-being, even if that means distancing yourself from family members. It is an act of self-love and self-respect to recognize when a relationship is unhealthy and no longer contributes to your happiness. And while it may be painful to say goodbye, it can ultimately lead to a life with more tranquility, joy, and inner peace. It is not up to us to judge when someone chooses to cut family ties. Everyone has the right to exclude people from their life if it is better for them. And if you choose not to do so, that is also your right. What matters is that you make choices that contribute to your well-being and happiness.